What's up, YouTube? JR Juggernaut 1 here. It's really late, but I wanted to make this video because, well, this is kind of a video I want to make before the ban list is officially revealed. This is kind of awkward, but basically, I had made a few videos before this one, and I'm going to be posting them after I post this video up, but basically what happened was something, I don't know what happened, but something went wrong with like the uploading. I don't know, but I thought they were uploaded, they weren't. So now I'm re-uploading them. I'm gonna just tell you that they're old videos. The first video is a video of me discussing what I do for every new pack, the 10 cards I think you should be most concerned about picking up from the set. And then the other video was episode 2 of Cards of the Future. Kind of an obvious choice I made for the second episode, but I think you guys will agree that it's definitely something, that a card that needs to be discussed, but you guys will see afterwards. But this video is more to discuss two things. Number one, YCS Dallas I want to talk about briefly, and then I want to go into detail about the ban list, and not all of my opinions towards it, but kind of the more important ones. Let's see. Now with YCS Dallas, I think just briefly I want to talk about how this was kind of the YCS that people were fearing. They kind of thought to themselves, this is either going to be a chance for many people who aren't skilled to win because of a deck that's for them, that to some degree is an autopilot win deck, or it'll be won by a deck that's specifically designed to kill it. And I guess what I like is that you didn't have to run an anti-Six Samurai deck to do well at this event, as we saw with some of the results. What surprised me about the results ultimately was that for the most part, people were pretty sure that a deck other than Six Samurai was actually going to win. It seemed like a lot of decks were in the running for the championship, and I mean, I guess no one really knew what deck was gonna win, but I mean, there wasn't like an overwhelming amount of Six Samurai decks in the top, so yeah, I guess that's how I look at it. Congrats to the winner, Nizar, whatever his last name is. But also, I guess I just want to say, like in this video, big congrats to, there's 3 people I want to really congratulate. First one is Jarrell Pro Winston. He top 16. Disappointed he didn't go further, but it was nice to see him top up because he hasn't topped in a while since Edison, and he's been getting so close lately, so it's nice that he finally got there. Next one to Billy Brake, who also top 16. Surprisingly, I don't know, this guy was determined. This guy, like another person who just like Jarrell's gotten really close to winning, but hasn't quite gotten there. And last but not least, a friend of mine, his name is Carl Arbiter. He top 30. No, sorry, he also top 16 at the event, and that surprised me. I'll hopefully get to formally congratulate him when I go home this coming week. But otherwise, nice guy, just good player overall. I don't like the fact that the last time I saw him, though, was when I lost to him in our at our locals mat tournament. I lost to him in the top 8, and he was the reason I didn't end up getting any prizes for my victories. He was running stun, and yeah, pretty much destroyed me games 2 and 3. But I digress. Overall, was I satisfied with how it ended, with the outcome of it? No, but it kind of does tell you, maybe we shouldn't be so worried about Six Samurai. Okay, moving on. So let's talk about the ban list. Now the ban list, people have their own opinions about it, but let's just say I want to talk about the cards that I really, really want to stress. in terms of what should happen. Number one is Heavy Storm. I really don't know how to say this. I wouldn't mind the I kind of agree that Heavy Storm is kind of the lesser of two evils compared to Cold Wave, or I guess the lesser of three evils if you compare it to Giant Trunade as well. But honestly, I wouldn't mind. In a way, I almost wouldn't mind it being banned still. I know that seems kind of silly. I feel in a way they really should bring it back, but there's a part of me that just feels like, well, yes, this is a broken card, but at the same time, there's part of me that feels like, yes, Cold Wave and Trunade are much worse in how they work. There are more ways of stopping Heavy Storm, but at the same time, I keep thinking, the fact that it destroys cards, the fact that it's not simply bouncing their hand, you can't use them anymore. It's such a plus that it's not even funny. I know, like, maybe I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but I'm just saying that's how I look at it. But yeah, Cold Wave absolutely needs to be banned. It's without any question. Cold Wave is so much more broken than Heavy Storm. Just the fact that it shuts your opponent down for 2 turns. They can't play any spells. They can't set any spells or traps. It's just astounding. People have said through and through. There's a few other things I want to kind of talk about, like cards that can definitely be brought back up in numbers. Definitely think Gateway should obviously go to 1. Gateway, I know people say it'll go to 2 first. Maybe it will, but I'm just saying regardless, I think it should go to 1. And personally, when Black Whirlwind came out, I never thought it should go to 1. I was like thinking to myself, they should put it at 2, because 3 of it is just shenanigans. And they put it at 2. And when they put it at 1, I mean, let's be honest, they didn't need to put it to 1. They only did because it was doing very well in the OCG. But otherwise, we could have lived with it being at 2. Gateway, on the other hand, it's greater shenanigans than Black Whirlwind. It's Black Whirlwind on steroids, and that kind of tells you it needs to go to 1. I guess, though, the same could maybe be said about Six Samurai United, though. Maybe that should go to 2 and also get hit because it's amazing draw power. I'm not totally sure. What other cards? There's also some debate of some cards that should go back up to 2. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of getting out of order on this. First, there's with Destiny Draw. It doesn't seem like Konami's going to do it. I don't see them putting it back to 2, but I think they should. Destiny Draw at 2, in my opinion, is perfect. It gives Destiny Heroes a nice... It makes it the engine more, playable, but it also keeps it from being complete shenanigans like when it was at 3. Let's see. Necrogardna. Necrogardna is a card I think should go back to 2 simply because I feel like 1, it's almost useless. No one seems to really run it while it's at 1. I also think there's also the opinions on Royal Oppression. I have to disagree. I really don't think Royal Oppression should go back to 2. I think Royal Oppression is a really broken card. I think it's just the fact that it can be such a one-sided card that I think it should be at 1 to begin with. I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but hey, that's just my opinion. I don't think anything like Light Swarm related should go back to 2. No Charge, no Lumina, those cards. I think they should just stay at 1 because they're just really, really good. There's also the talk of Mizuki going back to 2. Personally, I really don't know what to think about that. I would like to believe if you put Mizuki back to 2, we wouldn't have the same shenanigans as before. But I'm just saying I keep thinking when Mizuki was at 2, and Satoshi Kato, he made whatever his name was, yes, something like that. Satoshi, whatever his name was, he ended up playing that Zombie Sworn deck, as well as what's his name who came second, Adric High, Adric High, something like that. It was just a very, very, you know, crazy deck, and I don't know. It's possible Mizuki won't have that same effect if you put it back at 2, but it's possible it will. I'm just saying I don't like taking that kind of risk, you know? Thinking what else here is worth mentioning. Oh, I guess with like cards that should be banned or go back to being banned. Pretty simple. Besides Cold Wave, Dark Hole needs to be banned again. Reborn, I can actually imagine staying at 1 because Reborn is really good, but Reborn, in my opinion, has not been in any way game breaking or format breaking, I should say. I don't think Reborn is as sacky as people make it out to be because it really depends on the deck you're facing and the deck you're playing. So look at it that way. And there are ways of stopping it. Bear in mind, you know. Cards coming off the ban list, though, that's kind of another hot topic. Tsukiyomi, I don't know. That could be okay, but I don't really understand the card well enough to kind of make that judgment. Tribe Infecting Virus. You know, I definitely think that card should come back. There are more ways of stopping it. There aren't as many decks that run monsters of the exact same type. It's kind of hard to make it a complete plus, you know? Consider that. Magician of Faith. This is a card I have such mixed feelings about. I think, yes, it's very slow. Yes, it's not nearly as broken as it used to be, but come on. In certain decks, it can be shenanigans. Use it in Gateway. You take back a United or a Gateway. You use it in Infernities. You take back Launcher. Simply put, in decks that rely heavily on spell cards, it can just be really good. But yeah, you can definitely deal with it though. Just thinking about what other cards, because I don't know if there's anything else. Oh right, there was the trap card. Ah yes, Imperial Order as a card. I don't know. That's like the only other card I could imagine being banned, but again, it kind of reminds me of Royal Oppression. Kind of just it can be a one-sided card. So maybe, I don't know. There's too many cards I could talk about from this list. I'm just hoping the ban list will actually be revealed tomorrow or Wednesday. I just really want to know what's gonna be. Oh, but that reminds me, last topic. In case anyone's wondering, yes, I do believe that Dandelion and Lone Fire should go to 1. I do believe that what other decks? I do think Fish Out Decay should be hit. Coelacanth going to 1, or Fishborg Blaster going to 1. Same with Formula Synchron. I mean, that thing is just shenanigans. God, I love that word. But so many different things you can do. I'm sorry if like I'm all over the place once again, but just I'm kind of trying to go over all these different things, and it's late, and yeah. Oh, and last thing, if anyone thinks Bestiari should go back to 2, I'm sorry, you're insane. And I'm going to stress that. That is the one thing I will say. You think Mizuki going to 2 would be broken? Is okay. That I can understand. Bestiari going to 2. Screw that entirely. If Bestiari goes back to 2, I guarantee you a few different things are going to happen. Number 1, people will start jumping back on the Gladiator Beast bandwagon. Number 2, Gladiator Beast will become one of the best decks in the format. And number 3, there shouldn't be a number 3, but damn it, I'm just saying, it would just be awful. There's a reason Bestiari's at 1. I think people should get that by now. Not to mention the fact that you have Prisma, which is almost like another Bestiari. I'm just saying, bear in mind here, there are just, there's too many things wrong with this idea. Just forget it. I'm ending it there. But hope you guys enjoyed. More videos are to come. I'll probably be talking more about the deck I'll be running next format as soon as I find out a few things. Once I still have to find out whether or not I'm going to regionals in 2 weeks. I still have to find out whether or not I'm going, and if that's the case, whether or not I'm going to make chaos plans as for the tournament, because it has a decent matchup against 6 Sams. But I guess more importantly, whether or not it's actually worth going to. I mean, I want to get my invite so I can go, so I have more incentive to go to Nats. But maybe I'll just do the last chance qualifiers if it's that, or the last minute qualifiers if it's that big of a deal. Oh well. But yeah, that's it. God, I've been talking a lot today, but whatever. Peace out, guys.